That was one of the things that struck me, was that Shannon was buried in a shallow grave and the kids were separated and discarded in tanks. I'm not sure why you wouldn't keep them all together, but I think psychologically that probably says something about him separating all three of them. It tells me that, we look at organized criminals versus unorganized criminals, that it might not have been as planned out or structured or ill-structured crime scenes. I don't know how long he had planned it, but things psychologically, when we look at some of these crimes, we look at their behavior. Why would you separate the family like that?
I think the media interest in part, and the public interest in part, is driven by the fact that, they're a beautiful family, a young family. Shanann's life is so accessible through her Facebook page. You can spend hours scrolling through there and feel like you know who she is, which makes you care, right? When a person is no longer just a statistic or a data point that's gone missing, you can empathize with her and her family, because you look at her kids and you see your own kids, or you look at her house and her dreams and you see your own house and your own dreams, and then see how quickly it can all be put into jeopardy. He obliterated his family and everything that he knew, right? And in that moment, in those acts, he cut ties with everybody he had ever been friends with and all his family. When you see a husband kill his wife and two kids, often that's a symptom of escalating domestic violence, and it's kind of like a last straw thing. There's never been any evidence that that's the case here. There's never been any documented incidents of domestic violence in the Watts family. So this just seemed to come out of nowhere. It didn't even fit what we know about when men kill their entire family. Everybody connected to the case or watching the case, even after the sentencing, were left with this question of, why did he do it? The prosecutor's office gave one theory that they had, that Chris wanted a new life with his girlfriend, and that killing his family was the way that he was gonna do it. That was never satisfying to me, and I don't think it was satisfying to the investigators either, because there's just so many questions, like, why not just get a divorce? I think the judge even said that on the stand. There are so many other ways, if you want to start a new life, to go about that. This is such a dark and horrible way to do it. And those questions persisted for months after the sentencing.
I think all the investigators that had anything to do with this case had some kind of unanswered questions that nagged at us, which is also why the investigators went back and interviewed him, to get some answers, to finally get some closure.